Welcome to the latest update from Dinar Community, your trusted source for tracking key financial developments and global currency trends. While we traditionally focus on the Iraqi dinar (IQD), today we turn our spotlight to another rising player in the international currency market, the Vietnamese dong (VND). Often underestimated and rarely discussed in mainstream finance, the Vietnamese dong is now gaining the attention of both retail investors and major financial institutions. Historically considered a non-convertible and limited-use currency, the VND is beginning to shed this outdated image. Thanks to Vietnam's dynamic economic growth and strategic monetary policy shifts, the dong is becoming a currency of interest for those looking to diversify their portfolios. The changing face of the VND. Vietnam's currency has long operated under strict controls by the State Bank of Vietnam (SBV), originally designed to protect the domestic economy from external volatility. These capital restrictions, while limiting international convertibility, have also ensured relative internal stability. Today, the dong moves within a controlled band of approximately 23,000 to 25,000 Vietnamese dongs per US dollar. This managed exchange rate system helps Vietnam maintain macroeconomic balance, even if it limits true market valuation. This dual character of the dong, shielded from global speculation, yet increasingly linked to international trade, makes it uniquely positioned as a stable asset in uncertain times. Vietnam's economic momentum. Vietnam's economy has consistently outperformed forecasts, with early 2025 bringing upward revisions from the International Monetary Fund (IMF) and the World Bank. This surge is fueled by strong performance in manufacturing, agriculture, and especially technology. As global firms seek to diversify operations away from China, Vietnam is emerging as a key destination, bringing with it significant foreign direct investment (FDI). These capital inflows are not just helping Vietnam's economy but also increasing demand for the dong, making it more prominent in international trade settlements. Subtle but strategic monetary shifts. In the first quarter of 2025, the SBV made a minor upward adjustment to the central exchange rate, an action widely seen as a signal of confidence in the dong's long-term potential. The bank's cautious tightening of monetary policy, aimed at curbing inflation, is complemented by ambitious efforts in digital finance and transparency, strengthening investor trust. Rise of digital finance. Vietnam's fintech revolution is redefining how people interact with money. From digital wallets to blockchain-based solutions, financial technology is now a cornerstone of Vietnam's economy. This digital ecosystem has not only boosted domestic use of the dong but also made it more adaptable for international commerce. Growing financial inclusion, particularly in rural areas, has anchored the dong more firmly in everyday life. With widespread access to digital banking, more people are choosing to save and transact in VND. Regional and global recognition. Banks in countries like Singapore, Malaysia, and Thailand are increasingly facilitating VND-based transactions. Even institutions in the UAE, Australia, and parts of Europe have started offering dong-denominated financial products. This increasing accessibility marks a significant step forward for what was once a little-known currency. Investment banks have also started including VND in structured financial instruments aimed at wealthy investors, signaling confidence in Vietnam's economic trajectory. A central player in global trade. Vietnam's role in the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership (RCEP), the world's largest trade agreement, has solidified its position in global commerce. Additionally, record-breaking trade volumes with the U.S. and other partners have amplified foreign capital inflows, further supporting the dong's value. As Vietnam becomes more embedded in global supply chains, its currency benefits from growing utility and demand. The country's robust foreign reserves, which reached over $120 billion in early 2025, give the SBV the capacity to maintain exchange rate stability amid global economic turbulence. Growing domestic confidence. A decade ago, many Vietnamese opted to hold their savings in USD or gold. That's no longer the case. Today, VND-denominated deposits, bonds, and investments are increasingly favored. Major real estate deals in cities like Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City are now conducted in VND, reflecting a deep trust in the national currency. This rising domestic confidence is a powerful validation of the currency's reliability, bolstered by increased transparency and broader economic participation across the country. Financial innovation and the future of the dong. May 2025 marked the launch of a government-backed blockchain remittance pilot project, aimed at enhancing the efficiency and safety of cross-border money transfers. This initiative, led by the SBV, may be a precursor to Vietnam's potential entry into the world of central bank digital currencies (CBDCs). The digital dong, still under review, could extend financial services to underbanked populations, solidifying Vietnam's leadership in digital financial innovation in Asia. Changing market perceptions. Global financial players who once viewed the dong as too risky or illiquid are now reassessing its potential. Vietnam's consistent economic reforms, disciplined fiscal management, and macroeconomic stability are drawing attention from investors seeking exposure to promising emerging markets. While no official revaluation of the dong has occurred, market watchers note that the environment is favorable for a possible upward shift in its valuation. Rising capital flows, a resilient trade balance, and supportive central bank signals all suggest the dong is on a path toward increased strength and relevance. Conclusion: a currency on the rise. Vietnam's strategy for the dong is methodical and long-term. It's not about short-term gains or speculation. It's about aligning currency policy with national development, trade expansion, and inclusive economic growth. As the nation deepens its integration with the global financial system and embraces technological modernization, the Vietnamese dong is moving from the sidelines into the spotlight. What was once seen as a minor currency is now evolving into a stable and influential component of the global financial landscape. The transformation is no longer a possibility, it's underway. Like and subscribe for more videos.